Hello, welcome back to my tiny little corner of YouTube. How the devil are you? Hope you're doing good. So today, I want to chat about something I have been threatening for a while, I'm not going to lie. I've been threatening to do the spicy books, haven't I? And today's the day. Today's the day I thought, why do we keep talking about it and we've not done it? So, yeah. Let's get this started because it's going to be a little bit spicy. But yeah, let's get going. Let's start where it all started for me, which is The Priest. Haven't got the book to hold up. I will link all the books down below so you can easily get them if you're interested. But if you've watched any of my book reviews before, you will know that I gift my book to people who don't ask for them. I don't know why I have a habit of doing it, but I just do. So I haven't got it. I've gifted it. I think I read it back in 2023, and that is the first spicy book I read. Okay, I did used to read 50 Shades. So what happened was, I was reading a lot of personal development and self-improvement and law of attraction books and loving them, absolutely loving them. But when it came to bedtime, it wasn't always the one. Sometimes they can get a little deep and you don't always want to dive into something deep and meaningful, or sometimes it may involve journaling or deep thinking or something practical. And I didn't always want to read that at bedtime, so I decided I needed to start reading a little bit more. And I actually remembered that the last books that I'd kind of really got infatuated with was the 50 Shades book. I'm sorry, I know the movies were terrible, but I did enjoy the books. Back, when was that? That must have been was it 15 years ago? No. Yeah, I bet it was, maybe 12 years ago. And I just remembered I did really enjoy reading them, and I had some girlfriends that was really enjoying reading them as well. So I thought, I'll tell you what, that's what I'm going to start picking up. I'm going to start reading a bit more spice. And I followed this girl on Instagram. I forget what she's called. If I can remember, I will link her in the bio. She was great, and she has all the book reviews on there for spicy. And one of them was The Priest. Now, I'm not a religious girl, I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know why I picked that up. It's kind of like, should I be reading this? Am I going to hell? Is this okay? Am I actually reading this? And quite straight off, it's quite early on in the book, it gets you good. So it is a little bit oh gosh, cringy, love it, can't put it down, why am I still up at 2 a.m. type of a read. And it just hooked me, to be honest. She wrote in a way that felt okay. Felt okay to be doing them things with a priest, let's just put it that way. But it was sinful, it was spicy. But yeah, that's when it kind of all started for me, I'm not gonna lie. And I loved it, so I would definitely recommend that one if you want in spice. It was probably the most spiciest book I've ever read. I'm not sure I've read one as spicy since. And I'm using the word spicy, I'm meaning sexy. Okay, we're just saying it in a nicer way, just in case you're wondering what I mean there. But 100%. Second recommendation is I'm going to use this book, even though I actually haven't read this book. Is not this book. I actually haven't read this book. It starts with it was the It Ends With Us book that I think I read next after that. And wow, I love that book. I thought it was brilliant. The twists and turns, and I'm not going to say anything about the plot because if you haven't read it, I do not want to ruin it. There was then a follow-on movie, which I actually personally loved. I think if you read the book and then you watch the movie, it's a tricky one because you always have your own idea. And I think I'm going to have to be careful here because I don't want to ruin anything. The book was more obvious. No, sorry. The film was more obvious to me. The characters were more obvious. Unlike the book, I just did not see them coming. It was wrote in a way that was wow, I cried, I laughed. I loved it. It had all the spicy stuff, but it was definitely, it's a thriller, and it's one to read. I mean, there's a reason why they made that into a book, isn't it? It was just fantastic. So yeah, absolutely would recommend that. And again, the film. So the second book, which apparently is great, and actually my niece reads a lot of books as well, and I'm always asking for her recommendations. She has a Kindle and she reads them in hard copy, and she says this one was better. But what happens with me is when I read a book I love and there's the sequel or a whole series, I really struggle to pick them up straight away because I've loved that book so much. So I think now if I was to pick this up, to be honest, I've probably not read the first book. Probably 2 years ago I read that. So honestly, I probably can't really remember it. So I think I will love this. So I do need to read this. I'll definitely read that this year at some point. So I will look forward to it. So It Starts With Us, which I think I am going to love. I do think I'm going to love it, but I do often need that space between the books where I can almost forget what happened and then be like, oh, I love this book. So, yeah, we're going to go with the Colleen's great. She does write great books. So that is my other review. It's my other recommendation. So I did also read, I'm just checking my list over here so I don't forget because we don't have them. But I did also read That First Night. And this one was such a surprise. Again, a mixture of thriller and the slow unraveling of the secret. I did really enjoy that one as well, which again, it had that beautiful mixture of thriller and spice, and just kind of keeps you gripped. I know I'm reading a good book when I do not want to put it down, and I'm like, I can't put it down, and then 2 a.m. comes and I'm like, I should have put that down. I've made bad choices here. But that was another good book review that I wanted to mention, so definitely check that one out. So I am going to move on to, what should we move on to? So I have got in this pile, which is actually a friend's book, The Fourth Wing. What do we think of this, people? I started it and I struggled. Maybe it's just too sophisticated for me. I don't know. It's the fantasy romance, and I know some people are really, really into it, and everybody was really into this. I did struggle to start it. So I've not given up. I haven't handed this back to my friend, so maybe I will read this one day. But as of now, I haven't read it, so I don't know. So please let me know if you've read it and if I should start it. My friend was like, you've got to start it. You will. You've got to get into it. The fantasy stuff, like I say, I don't know if it's just a little too sophisticated for me. This is probably something that I need to read immersively, which I've talked about before in my other books. Is immersive reading is when I listen Audible and I read it. These, I don't have to do that. I can just read. But when I'm trying to learn something, or it's a little bit too difficult for my brain to do both of the things together, then yeah, I need to do that. So I don't know. I want to like this book. I want to get into this type of stuff, but I'm not there yet. So if anybody's got any words of encouragement, maybe there's a book before this that might help me. I mean, it's a big book as well. There's a lot of pages. It's intimidating. Over 560 pages. It's intimidating for me, that I think. I don't know. Let's see how we go. But if anybody's got any words of encouragement, like I said, please let me know because we need it. Okay, so shall we move on to these? Yeah, come on, let's move on to these. Oh, Elsie Silver, the Cowboy series. These are definitely, these stick in my mind. If anybody says to me, what are we reading? Where should I start? It would be these bad boys. Honestly, I just think they're fantastic. These are just lovely. Very easy to read. There is some spice. It's not crazy spice. It's a lot more romance than spice. They're all romance and they all link together. Really, really nice. I'm currently reading The Hopeless one, and my niece said she's read all 4 of them. She said this is the best one. It doesn't really matter. You could technically pick any of these books up and read them because they are standalone. They just lap, so it makes it so lovely, because once you've read one, there's some of the characters flow really nicely into the books, and it feels like a story. Do you know what? You could just keep reading them. I think once I finished that, if I just picked up another one and started reading it again, I really don't think it would matter, because there's no massive twists and turns. It's just a romance book. And I think sometimes, particularly if you're just going to be reading on a holiday, or you're reading to go to sleep on a night time, just to feel good, then what more do you need? You don't need to be on the edge of your seat. You don't need a cliffhanger. You don't need any of that thing. So, I mean, look, even the colour, the look at the palette. I mean, even that's pretty right. I think that just says it all. I mean, there's Facebook groups and everything for these cowboy books. Like, I mean, it's possible that maybe it's maybe for like a younger market, I'm just going to say. It does make you want to kind of get pink cowboy boots, little candles, and put them on a shelf and make everything look pretty, I'm not going to lie. Really enjoyed it. I think they're really, really easy, low maintenance books. So, and I think I got them from the works, so they tend to be relatively cheap as well. But yeah, I really love these books. Definitely a big fan. Perfect for me. Just happy little romance, lovely little books. So yeah, I've talked about that a lot, haven't I? But there you go. I'm an Elsie Silver fan. What can I say? There's nothing more to say here. Now, there's also, I did read Salt Path, and then I went to watch the movie with Chris, and I loved that as well. Like, I cried, and I laughed, and I just loved all that. I just thought it was really, really good. It's a friend's book, so I've actually given that back. So, you know, I haven't gifted that to anybody. Here he is. Give me 5 minutes and I can come down. You can put your shoes on. So the Salt Path, that was a nice read. There's no spice, it's just a true story. But what also has made me think is, I used to really love autobiographies. I used to read like the wildest autobiographies, to be fair, like crime ones and like gangster ones and stuff. I don't really know why. I did used to like business ones as well. Like, you know, the Dragon Den and Alan Sugar and Richard Branson and all them type of... I don't know why, I just used to like them. Probably like in my teens, to be fair. And I've forgotten about that. I've really forgotten that. I quite like to read a true story about someone's life. It's always amazing. And me and Oliver have been talking about autobiographies a lot recently. I don't really know why. And I think that's just reminded me that I do like to read them. So I think I'm going to look for maybe some really nice female, powerful autobiographies. I don't know if anybody's got any recommendations, that would be great. And I'm sure if I do get into them, I will definitely do something over on YouTube so we can chat about that a little bit more. But yeah, I'm going to start looking out for that. I'm sure ChatGPT will put me in a bit of a good give me some guidance on that. So that's what I will definitely look at doing. But then also, I've just finished reading Frieda McFadden, the teacher. Oh, brilliant. Again, this was not the original one. I've only just finished this one. It does say on here, but obviously I've gifted it to somebody. The Housemaid was the very first one she did, and it was bestseller. It's so good. It's short, sharp chapters, and they leave every chapter on like a cliffhanger. So these books you can smash in 24 hours easy. If you're on holiday or you've got a lazy Sunday, you can easily finish this book in a day because you just do not want to put it down. It's just one of them books. And this is the same, the teacher. So there's the co-worker. I think there's some others. I'm trying to think what else there is. She's got quite a few now. But the Housemaid was the first one, so I would probably recommend that one to start with. And if you like that style, for me, I think it's really helpful for my brain because it's so short and sharp, and they're not like long chapters, and it flows quite quickly. I mean, there's a lot going on. It's very dramatic. It's not technically spicy in kind of the traditional romance way, but it is tense and obsessive, and you don't want to put it down. So it does kind of have you that kind of like breathtaking, like gripping type of thing. But if you like dark and fast-paced read, then Frieda McFadden is definitely one to read because that is definitely her style. But yeah, the teacher I enjoyed. Again, I did the same as I've mentioned before. I didn't pick... The Housemaid has a couple of books after, and I bought them and I didn't read them. I looked at them again. I think I need that time between, because then I kind of almost forget how good it was, and then when I pick it up again I'm like, yes, I love it, or you know, pick up the next kind of follow-on books. But yeah, I'm definitely going to pick up some more of hers eventually. I've got a few to get through first, but yeah, I love her. And also, I'm pretty certain I've seen The Housemaid is going to be a movie. So that's kind of cool, I think. Maybe at the back end of this year. So I will want to go and see that for sure. I love these chats, these book chats with you guys. I do kind of like to share. Like I've said before, I'm not the best reader in the world. I enjoy to kind of, you know, I do enjoy reading when I get chance and whatnot, but I'm definitely not the best reader. And it just shows, and I always say to people when people say, oh, I don't really like reading, I just think you're not reading the right things. I think there's something for everybody, and I think that's what spicy books have done for me. They've kind of brought my love back into reading. Yes, I used to love reading, and I still love reading self-development books, but it almost feels like, you know, it's actively doing something with my brain, it's learning, it's kind of feels like I'm achieving something. These are just for pleasure. These books are just for me to kind of unwind and relax and kind of just get lost in a book. And I think if you're still looking for something that you're, you know, like The Fourth Wing is a prime example. It was a bestseller, everybody's raving about it. I don't think it's for me, but that's okay. Doesn't mean I'm not a good reader, or it's just not my style. I think there's something out there for everybody, and it's just about trial and error, really, isn't it? And the more we can read, the better. And that's what I always say to Oliver as well, like, you know, just keep picking up books and keep finding, you'll find something you love. And it doesn't mean we're bad. It doesn't mean we're bad readers. And I think in school we can sometimes feel like that as well, because we don't enjoy the book that they've given us, and then we're like, oh, I don't like reading, I'm not very good at reading. And then the next thing, you're reading some spicy books and you're like, what the? I can get on board with this. This is the type of read I like. So, you know, keep hype, guys. Let me know if you have any recommendations, especially for the spicy reads. Especially, because that's just the type of reader I am. To chat, if you like this video, like and subscribe, and we will see you again next time. Thank you. Bye bye.